Hello and welcome to Stellar Watch. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and there is currently a demo available, so you can play this too right away if you want to. And if you really enjoy it, you should probably add it to your Steam wishlist. Anyway, we're going to play here, we're going to start a new game, and we're going to be playing on the Defender difficulty. I'm not going to enable the tutorial because I've already played that. Ranger I don't think is available, so this is actually the highest difficulty available right now in the demo, and I'm actually pretty happy to see that because this game is actually pretty hard. This is a new slant on the, shall we say, tower defense genre. I know a bunch of people are going to click off now because they don't really like tower defense, but you should probably not do that because this is a really unique take that I don't think I've ever seen before. And this enables you to move your towers around. And I'm talking about you can swivel them, but you swivel them in such a way that it's very strategic. Because if you swivel them the wrong way, you're going to get killed. And that's going to be really, really harsh. Anyway, defend a star to unlock new tech. So I'm actually going to defend the laser star here because I actually like the laser towers the most, or the laser drones, shall we say, because technically that's what they are. And basically what you can do, and now look at this, look at what I can do. I can literally swivel this thing all the way around if I want to. Look at this, look at what I can do right here. I can move my towers so that they are technically running along with the opponent. And they can be destroyed by doing this. So that's why I said it's very strategic in that regard. Because if you move your people, because just imagine that there's actually a tower here, a drone right here. And I move my other guys, then you can see here that this drone is now in the way of the enemies coming in that direction. And so that means you're going to have to be extremely, shall we say, spatially aware of what's going on. Because otherwise you're going to get your own towers killed. And that's going to be, well, not so good, right? That's not going to be so good. So that's also something to bear in mind. You have to keep an eye on everything, right? An eye on everything is really very important. Anyway, if enemies do not get destroyed, by the way, by you, then you do not get any resources for them being destroyed. So obviously, you know, if these guys were to run into my main ship, they are not going to give me anything. So I'm just going to show you that right now. As you can see, I don't get anything. I just lose HP. And that's absolutely fine because I can now move on. And now we get the opportunity to choose something that we want. So I'm actually going to be taking probably Chain Arc. I actually like that quite a bit. Freezes enemies on last hit, deals 25% of the original HP as damage to other enemies struck. That's pretty amazing too. But I'm going to take Chain Arc. I think Chain Arc is pretty good. I haven't actually upgraded the laser ever before, so this is the reason why I kind of wanted to try this out this time. And let's do Spinner. I don't know what Spinner is, but this is an upgrade that we can take. So let's see how this goes. So let me see. How am I going to do this? Okay, so I'm going to actually place a laser here, place a laser here, and place a laser up here. And I basically like to play this a little bit more like a tower defense. But I have to be super, super careful because as you can see, enemies are actually quite fast. And I can't move my mothership, right? I can't move my mothership anywhere. So if enemies are going to close in really, really quickly, I can't do anything about that. And we're just going to have to roll with the punches, as it were. And as you can see, we are getting a bit lucky here. Because we're not getting completely destroyed. And there are multiple paths that enemies can take most of the time. And they are going to be very, very dangerous when they do that. Some of them are very quick. And some of them are very tanky. They have a lot of HP. So we do have to be a bit careful of that. Gonna put another laser there just in case. And this is where things start getting much more complicated because as you can see, these guys actually have shields. If I can get my people around the shields, then we'll obviously be in a much better situation. But as you can see, maneuvering them around just got some of my people damaged. And if you take too much damage, they're gonna be destroyed. And then you have wasted all of your resources on potentially upgrading that particular drone and indeed initially constructing it. So you have to be very, very aware of that. Okay, here we go. Lasers, by the way, they get really, really powerful the longer they sustain damage on one target. And as you can see, there we go. I failed to get that one in, but that's okay. We're still fine. We're still okay. And we're just going to continue using lasers. I like the lasers a load because they are so good against single target. Really, really powerful when it comes to destroying bosses. And that's kind of what I want them for. And I really like their evolution. There is actually an evolution that you can do. It's not called an evolution in this game, but that's what I'm calling it. It's basically like a big upgrade that does pretty massive damage. And it creates this immense lattice. I think it's Prism, actually. I think it's the Prism upgrade, actually. So we're going to be getting that, and there is a unique modifier on this particular level, so we're going to get to see what that is. And as you can see, you start with basically 100. I believe we start with 100 most of the time. Resources, and we're just going to be... there we go. Okay, I hoped that they wouldn't actually hit me there, but yeah, thankfully they didn't. Because I was a bit worried about that, actually, all things considered. Okay, so let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. This is going to be a little bit problematic. If you hold Alt, by the way, like I'm doing now, you can see the effective range of all of your towers. So it's very, very useful. I actually love the aesthetic of this game as well. Super polished. Everything looks extremely aesthetically pleasing. And I can only hope that I am going to be able to show you more, because if I die, then I won't be able to do that. But I really want to show you the later stages of the game, because that's when things get crazy, because we're going to actually get the Prism upgrade, as I said to you before. I'm going to just let this thing go into me right now, just because I couldn't be bothered to destroy that fast-moving one. I wanted to kill the higher health ones and take those guys out. And here we go. Okay, now we can actually focus on this. Hopefully that's going to die. There we go. And then we can focus on these guys. Now bear in mind, those tails, right? You see those tails from these ships? They actually hit you. So you have to be careful of that too. Alright, let's get another laser over here. And, ooh, yeah, dangerous. Dangerous. Okay, let's try and kill this one first. There we go. That one's dead. And then we can maybe deal with these guys. Got to get out the way. As you can see, we have to kind of stay ahead of this one. We have to be very, very careful. There we are. And there's the black hole. So that's the modifier that was actually present on this particular level. There are black holes that just appear randomly. I'm not entirely sure if they're black holes. I think they are probably, but you know. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty big danger as well, because your people can get stuck in there. The enemies can also get stuck in there. So everything is very, very risky, obviously. I am doing okay right now, and I think that, yeah, there is only one more wave to go, so we should be fine here. I'm just going to build a couple more, just in case. And now, look at how many people we have. Okay, got a lot of lines to look after. Thankfully, the first two were pretty easy to deal with, and now I can actually just get the majority of my lasers focusing on these guys up here. And I'm just going to be very, very careful. There we go. All right, very nicely done. And we've now unlocked the Prism upgrade. So this, as you can see by the little diagram here, activates a thermal lance between same level prisms. Now, this technically isn't a laser upgrade, but it can be, as far as I'm aware. What is this? What is this right here? What is that? What is that instead of this? What is carrier? I actually don't know what that is. Okay, let's go here. I actually don't know what this does. So let's actually see what it does, because I'm actually very intrigued. So I'm going to build... Yeah, so... Yeah, no. Yeah. We'll do lasers. We'll do lasers, because as you can see right here, this actually allows me to do prisms. So, as you can see, we've got a prism. And then we're going to be building another one, and then another prism. And this is going to do this. There is going to be like a line between the two. And when enemies pass through that line, they're going to be taking insane amounts of damage. As you can see right here. Look at the amount of damage. I just destroyed that thing in literally, what, 2 seconds? Yeah. So that's the reason why I really, really love the way that this is designed. And unfortunately, I'm now going to have to... Yeah, look at this. I have to be super, super careful here. Ooh, no, don't get killed, don't get killed. Okay, whew, that was a bit close. That was a bit close for my liking. Okay, yeah. So the enemy is actually going to do some pretty bad things to us right now. We can kill it. Yeah, we can. These guys are going to get away with it, unfortunately. But they didn't really do too much. And then that one can just die. Okay, that's good. Okay, so, yeah. Bear in mind that upgrading this thing actually takes, I think, 42? Yeah. Seems like 42 resources to be able to make that work. Ah, there we go. Okay, one of them's been destroyed, so that's obviously not very good. I'm actually not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this now. I did have an upgrade in my previous run with this particular prism strategy that allowed the mothership to actually act as one of the things. Oh dear. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, alright, let's retry that. Let's retry that. That didn't work out too well, did it? No, no. Okay, so we're going to do that a little bit differently this time. We're going to just go with lasers. I'm just going to go with lasers once again. And we'll see if we can maybe get that upgrade. Because that upgrade is obviously extremely powerful, as you might expect. Because being able to form a literal lattice of thermal lances all over is so strong. It really is. So if we can get that to actually, you know, become active again, we are going to see some really, really amazing things. So if I can get that, I'll be super happy. If I don't, then, you know, then I'm just going to have to try harder, I guess. Anyway, let's get this thing dead, shall we? There we go. Nice. This guy's already taken a massive amount of damage. Not very good. And I just wish I could move these guys out of there, but obviously that's the tactic, you know. That's the difficulty of this, because you kind of have to work with these fixed positions, and you have to make sure that your people are in range at all times. So that's the reason why the swivel mechanic, the spinning, has to be done in such a way, because otherwise you won't be able to, you won't be in range. You know, you won't be in range for any of that. There we go. We destroyed those. Now be careful with this. Basically, I'm just trying to focus on the lines that only have few amounts of enemies. That seems to be the best course of action most of the time. And I'm basically just going and building en masse now. Just trying to get as many people as I can get out of there so that we can do the most damage possible. And even if I do lose a couple, then at least I'm still going to have some. And that's basically what we want. Okay, here we go, here we go. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's go for some more lasers. Go for some more lasers. And I gotta say, actually, some of the other towers are really, really fun to use too. Like, for example, the missile tower and the pulse tower. The pulse tower is kind of like a machine gun kind of thing. And the missile, as you might expect, is literally a missile tower, but it launches barrages of missiles. And they are very satisfying to watch. They are very, very satisfying to watch. So I actually may just build one in this particular level just to kind of show you what the missile tower is all about. We don't need it, but it would be cool for you to see it. As I say, I feel like the aesthetic of the game is very, very nice. Okay, there's the missile tower. Let's see what it's like. As you can see, I'm just going to kill one of my own towers just to show you. And as you can see, look at that. Look at all the missiles. It actually does pretty good damage as well. It does AoE damage, so if you're wanting to do massive damage to swarms of enemies, then that is the way to go. But I've always found in tower defense games, I usually have difficulties dealing with really high health targets, so that's generally why I've gravitated towards the lasers and trying to specialize in them a little bit more. But that doesn't mean that the missile towers are not good, because they are actually really, really nice. They do a lot of damage. They attack 4 times per second as far as I can tell. And that's a lot of damage, you know? That's a lot of damage. So let's actually just build a couple more, shall we? Let's just build one more there. And we don't have any upgrades for them, unfortunately, right now. But, you know, if you do, then you can obviously do some pretty cool things with them. And I just hope that we're going to get the lattice thing after this. That would be so, so fun. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. Get that. Okay, let's move my missile towers in range of this, because we're going to need to kill these. Oh, no. We're having a bit of a problem here. Yep. That was a lot of damage, but thankfully we did manage to achieve victory. And as you can see, we now have this. Okay, heavy armor carries less dark matter. Light armor, more initial dark matter. So in other words, this is talking about our starship. So we can literally change how our starship is. Heavy armor carries less dark matter. Yeah, I'm going to go for the heavy armor. I think that's probably what we want. And what else do we have here? Carrier, laser. Let's go for more lasers. And you can actually decide, as you can see right here, we can now actually decide to change. And the turn speed is completely different as well. As you can see, the heavier ship has this formation. The default ship has this formation. I had no idea that you could actually get different ships. So that's actually really, really cool. I like this one quite a bit. I like the way that this is situated. I actually prefer this probably, but the the turning speed is very slow. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, but hopefully it's going to go well for us. These pink guys are going to be a problem, so I'm going to have to do something about them. Let's get them dead if we can. I'm going to have to be super, super careful here. Get him? Yeah, there we go, there we go. All right, okay. As you can see, this is super, super slow to turn. And that's obviously on purpose, because look at the amount of HP. Look, we have so much HP now. We have like 14 HP, so even if we do get hit a huge amount, we're probably still going to be absolutely fine. But we are going to have a harder time catching up to enemies when we want our towers, our drones, to actually deal damage. So that's something to be very, very aware of, especially considering I've just killed one of them. That's wonderful. That is exactly what I wanted to do, isn't it? Absolutely. Not. Okay, yeah, let's be a little bit careful here this time. Okay, we'll go for the pink ones first. There's only 2 of those, and they're pretty easy to kill. And then we'll just stay around about here, let them just shoot, and we should be absolutely fine. Bear in mind, you can technically play this as a traditional tower defense, kind of, to a certain degree. Because as you saw right here, I can just place my towers so that the path goes in between where they are, and then you can just kind of have them do their thing. But obviously, as you see here, sometimes that's not possible because of the way that the formation actually is. You sometimes don't have the space. So there's also that. Anyway, let's try and kill this. Yeah, this is a tough enemy right here. This is definitely a tough enemy. There we go. Okay. So now let's actually start building a couple of things over here. Build a couple of things over here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a prism, another prism. I'm gonna try and see if I can actually make this work, because the prism dream is still alive, potentially. Let's try and kill this thing if we can. Okay, come on now. Get him. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we just have to deal with these, which shouldn't be too bad. It's actually quite funny, you know, destroying their shield seems to actually destroy them. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's get them. There we go. And that one's going to just run into us, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that because that is... yeah, it's neither here nor there, really. But now we're going to have to be even more strategic because we have our prism now active. So... as you can see, look at that. It just literally insta-gibbed that thing. Wow. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's try and do something a little bit like this again. Yeah, there we go. Yep, as you can see, massive damage. Massive, massive damage. Unfortunately for me, however, I think I am probably going to die here. Or not die, but this thing is not going to die. Nope. As you can see. But thankfully, it only takes 1 HP, so we're still absolutely fine because we do have our heavy cruiser chassis enabled right now, so we should be absolutely fine here. And as you can see, look at these things. Look at them. They just run into the laser and they just instantly die. Instant disintegration. And that just goes to show, you know, exactly the reason why I personally think that this build is crazy good. I think it's really, really powerful. And you can even do something even crazier by literally just getting another one of these, build another prism, upgrade it as another prism, and then get even more of these lasers. And you can see exactly why this heavy chassis formation is even better for this, because the other ship doesn't really have so much of a uniform sort of a uniform shape, so it's a little bit more difficult for it to work. But this works supremely well, as you can see. Look at how easy that was. Really, really nice. Okay, so we have laser here. I'm gonna go for additional damage. Additional damage. That sounds good to me. And now we have the end. And I've actually never done the end of the level because I actually suck. So I didn't really succeed. So that's going to be a little bit problematic. I'm actually just going to be playing with one laser right now. There we go. Just going to play with one laser. And we're going to see what happens, because I actually think I can probably survive with one laser in the first time here. There we go. Let's just do that. There we go. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. And now I can maybe do something with the prisms. Yeah, the problem is I can only do one. I mean, I can do two, but I don't really want to right now. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Yep, we're fine. Okay, now we can just get this over here. This guy's going to get destroyed. Just a moment. Let's build a prism here. Prism here. And now we're cooking with gas. Oh yeah, now we're cooking with gas right here. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All right. So now all we need to do is just let them pass through our lasers. And I'm just going to rotate with the boss, the small mini boss, and look at how fast he dies. Look at that. Look at how fast that was. That was so incredibly quick. And we're going to be able to do the same with these guys as well. Look at that. Yeah, now, unfortunate, the other guy is going to maybe going to be a little bit of a problem, but hopefully not too bad. And we're going to just build another 2 lasers here. I can only build another one of the prisms, unfortunately, but that's going to be enough. And then we can do another one. And this is exponential damage increase, right? It's an exponential damage increase for us to do this. Unfortunately, I can't reach the other guy over there, the blue guy. So we're going to have a bit of an issue with him, but he's going to die almost instantaneously. Yep. As you can see, that was really, really quick. And let's build another laser here. Another laser. Nope, can't build 2. All right. So we're just going to get another one there. And yeah, basically triple damage, quadruple damage right now. They just cannot handle it. They just cannot handle how much damage is currently coursing through this thermal lance. Look at this. Look at that. 172 damage. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's build another one of these. Unfortunately, I need 14. Don't I need 14 to do that? Yeah, I need 14 to be able to build that, so I won't be able to. But thankfully, I can just park myself here, and they're probably going to get absolutely massacred. There we go. And another prism here. Even more damage. Even more damage. And I can just stand here now, basically. I can just stand here, and I don't think I really need to do much. Apart from move a little bit, as you can see. Because we are going to take damage, unfortunately. What can I do here? Yeah, here we go. That was the mini-boss. Did you see that? The mini-boss literally just ran in and died instantaneously just because of the amount of damage that's currently being done. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have a similar thing happening here. Let's try not to get ourselves killed. There we go. Can't really do much about the pink line at the moment, so we're going to just have them run in. Yeah, mini-boss just instantly died. There we go. Okay, here comes the boss. This is the big boss, I believe, because the music has just started to pick up speed. So I'm assuming that there's a big boss coming. Or something big. And I'm a bit worried about it. Okay, yeah, there it is, there it is. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is actually going to be super easy. Okay. I don't think it's meant to be that easy, but I think I have kind of done a bit too overkill stuff with the thermal lancers potentially, but This is what I tend to currently do with tower defense when I play it. I try to do crazy amounts of damage just so that I don't need to worry really that much about defense. But the funny thing is, I'm also worrying about defense by playing the heavy cruiser. I don't really need to do that, but oh, hello. Okay, hello. Yeah, you mean business. I get it. I get it. Yeah. These guys mean business for sure. Okay, they're gonna die going in there. Yep. Just about. Yep. Whew. Okay, that was actually kind of hard at the end there. I can't imagine what it would have been like if I didn't have the thermal lancers. That would be really, really hard. Anyway, it says here, you made it. Thank you for playing the Stellar Watch demo. We hope you enjoyed it. We're excited to bring more content and truly appreciate your support. Yeah, so as I said at the very beginning of the game, if you would, if you'd like to visit the link in the description, you should definitely add it to your Steam wishlist. I already have, of course, as you might expect. And we're just going to go back to base. And we now unlocked... Ah, I didn't even realize this. Okay. You can now unlock the higher difficulty. All right. That's very, very cool. I love the concept of this game. And I think you might as well. Maybe you will. I thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.